And speculation whether Kevin Durant could make a comeback attempt with a delayed NBA season. Nets teammate Spencer Dinwiddie had high praise for KD. He said, quote, at 80%, Durant is Dirk Nowitzki. At 100%, he's the best scorer of all time. Shannon, some strong words. Do you agree?
No. Skip, look, I get it. As a teammate, Skip, and especially you have a great teammate, you heap praise and you try to say, oh, man, this guy's unbelievable, a reason why we're having such great success, although Kevin Durant has not played for the Nets yet, Skip. But I get what he's trying to do here. But, Skip, he went overboard. How do you feel he's better? So what have we seen? So have we not seen Kevin Durant healthy? We've never seen Kevin Durant average 35. You can't say if this, if that. What we've seen from Kevin Durant in his previous, 11, 12, I think he's been in the league 11 years, 12 years, prior to this year, him being hurt, Skip. We've never seen him score at the clip that Jordan did. We've never seen him score. First of all, take Wilt out of the equation. We know what Wilt. Wilt was 30 and 23, so we're going to remove him. We're going to go since the merger, Skip. Is he a better scorer than MJ? Is he a better scorer than Kobe? Is he a better scorer than what we've seen over James Harden over the last 5 years? No. And to say 80% of Kevin Durant is Dirk Nowitzki, Skip, does he realize what Dirk Nowitzki was? A Finals MVP, a league MVP, 12-time All-Star. He was the first true stretch. A guy that height, at 7 foot tall, that could shoot it from that distance. He was the first. And to say Kevin Durant at 80% is Dirk Nowitzki in his prime, that is an utterly ridiculous statement to make. Now, I believe Kevin Durant, Skip, the last publication, some people believe he's a top 10 player. If he's a not top 10 player currently, by the time he's done, I believe he will be. But to say Kevin Durant at 80% is Dirk Nowitzki, when Dirk Nowitzki is an MVP, so you believe in that at 80%, Kevin Durant still would have been an MVP. Kevin Durant still would have been a 2-time Finals MVP. At 80% of what he is, what he was at his best, you believe he would accomplish that. I do not, Skip Bayless. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what Kevin Durant is coming off this Achilles injury, Skip. Now, I do not believe Kevin Durant's game is based on explosiveness or quickness. But it's going to be interesting to see because a half an inch here or a half an inch there could mean, and I know it's difficult to contest a guy that has the arc, a guy that's 7 foot tall and shooting at the ball at a 10-foot apex. I get that. But it's going to be interesting to see how this Achilles affects his game and what he can and what he can't do. So it's not like they asked Kevin Durant, Kevin, now we're going to need you to average, about 10, 12, 15 triple-doubles a season. We're going to need you to lead us in rebound and lead us in assists. Kevin Durant has been a scorer. He's averaged 6 assists. LeBron, his greatest season has yet to, he has yet to average 6 assists in a season. LeBron has 16 seasons of those. So, Skip, it's not like we're asking him to facilitate. He's never done that. Russ has taken on that task. Steph Curry had that, and Draymond took that task in the Warriors. So he's been a scorer. But I find that, this should be beneath Spencer Dinwiddie. You can hype a guy without trying to minimize what another guy's accomplished. Kevin Durant is a hell of a ball player, and I hope he comes back to what he was or even better. But to say at Kevin Durant at 80% is Dirk Nowitzki, that's false. Patently, blatantly false.
Did I just hear you proclaim Michael Jordan the GOAT? Did you just say Michael's
Skip,
the greatest scorer?
We're talking about scoring.
Skip, right?
Skip.
I think you just did, and I appreciate it.
Oh my!
I applaud you for that. Way to go, Shannon. You finally acknowledged. You finally gave in and joined the rest of the world. Jordan is the GOAT. Here he is, right here.
Before you go,
Jordan is the GOAT.
Can I ask, before you go, how do you deduce? I'm saying Michael Jordan is a better scorer. Kobe is a better scorer. James Harden in their prime are better scorer than what Kevin Durant is. How do you deduce I say that Michael Jordan then is the GOAT? I didn't say that.
Okay, I'll let you off that hook right now, but now you're back on another hook. Kevin Durant is the best player on the planet. We haven't seen him for a year because he tore his Achilles tendon, so he's been out of sight and out of mind until his new teammate, Spencer Dinwiddie, made this comment. Spencer Dinwiddie actually made a very objective, very true comment. Kevin Durant is the most talented scorer we've ever seen. I often call Michael Jordan a supremely talented overachiever. In fact, Bob Costas once used that line from my Chicago Tribune column during a finals telecast on NBC. He liked it so much. But that's what Jordan was. He wasn't as gifted as Kevin is because Michael was 6'6". Kevin is 7 feet tall, and Kevin has an 8-foot wingspan. Kevin Durant has made 90% of his free throws for an entire season. Kevin Durant's an 89% free throw maker for his career. He's 7 feet tall. 4 times Kevin Durant has made more than 40% of his three-point attempts for a whole season. Think about that. 4 times he went over 40% from 3. What? And back in the days, I was on a show called Cold Pizza when Kevin was at University of Texas for that 1 year. I routinely predicted on the air, this guy is going to win multiple scoring titles in the NBA. And everybody on that show laughed at me. And now he's won 4 scoring titles, and twice he's averaged more than 30 points a game for an entire season. We've never seen anything like Kevin Durant. And just when you thought you could say, well, has he done it at the highest level? Back-to-back finals, he went to LeBron's house for game 3s in the King's house, in his palace. And he owned those games. He took them over. He made shots right in LeBron's grill, jumper after mid-range jumper. Kevin Durant is the best mid-range jump shooter we have seen since Michael Jordan. And for him to be back-to-back finals MVP just cemented the case. It validated everything. Yeah, he can do it at the very highest level against the King. What?
Skip, that's not what Spencer Dinwiddie is saying. What about the 80%? I ask you a simple question. Would KD have accomplished what he accomplished at 80%? At 80% of what you see?
Accomplished what?
Would he have been back-to-back finals
Dirk
MVP?
at 80%? Yeah. Yeah, I'll give him better than Dirk at 80%. I will.
Skip, stop. Skip, stop.
Well, I just
Skip,
will.
Stop. Come on,
okay.
Man.
Let me give you Exhibit B then from another teammate of his, although now an ex-teammate. Andre Iguodala said about a year ago, told Sports Illustrated this quote, if I might read it, listen and learn. Andre said of Kevin Durant, people don't appreciate him enough. He's the most talented scorer of all time, hands down. He's a walking 30 points. He'll get 30 on 12 shots. That's very, very hard to do, very efficient. Most guys need to feel the ball in their hands a lot to get a rhythm. He does not. Michael Jordan and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar were the 2 guys with unstoppable moves. MJ had the fadeaway, Kareem had the skyhook. But KD is a 7-footer who can hit a hezzy pull-up from 50 feet out. That's his unstoppable move. That's it. I couldn't say it any better myself. Andre Iguodala gets it. He has high basketball IQ. In living with Kevin on the same team, getting to see him in practice, Andre finally concluded that's the most gifted scorer of all time because when that jumper's falling, you can't block it. You can't even get a hand up in his face. It's up too high.
Skip, I'm not debating that. I'm not arguing that. Just because someone is talented, Skip, who's the more talented of the receivers? Randy Moss or Jerry Rice? Randy Moss ran faster, he could jump higher, had a bigger catch radius. Just because he's more talented, what do the numbers say? What does touchdowns, what does yards, what does catches, what does that say, Skip? The numbers say Jerry Rice is the greatest. Okay, Kevin Durant is maybe more talented because he's taller. He can shoot the ball at a higher arc. But what does the numbers say? And then the argument is 80% of what you see Kevin Durant is Dirk Nowitzki. Do you, and I ask, do you believe if 80% of what we've seen Kevin Durant at his best, do you believe he would have been an MVP? Do you want to believe he would have been back-to-back finals MVP? I do not.
I don't know, 80%. It's hard to quantify. He is so supremely gifted that if I took 20% away, would he still be pretty unstoppable? Yeah, he would be. And again,
Skip, do you realize what you're saying?
I was wondering about Dirk. I wasn't, I know exactly what I'm saying. I never was sure about Dirk. He did have that one breakthrough against LeBron, but that was more LeBron's fault than credit going to Dirk Nowitzki. That was the 2011 finals when LeBron James suffered the worst superstar meltdown in the history of sports in games 4, 5, and 6. LeBron melted down and opened the door for Dirk to finally have a breakthrough and say, oh, okay, I am this guy. I never thought he was quite that guy, and I'm still not completely sure he was that guy. Kevin, yes, he's that guy.
Can I ask you a question? Skip, if you don't mind me asking, can I ask you a question? Did Kobe melt down? Because Kobe was back-to-back finals MVP. They had come out back-to-back finals, and Dirk swept them. He also beat Kevin Durant in Westbrook. So did he melt down? So did they melt down? I just need to make sure. I just need to make sure because we're saying they're melted down. So Kobe melted down because he got swept coming out back-to-back finals MVP. So he melted down. Why not? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, just a second.
Did you watch? Wait. Was Kobe up 2-1? No. That Laker team
Kobe was up no game.
Shot. It was finished. It was quitting.